Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go live as well on YouTube. And I'm going to go live on TikTok as well. But I mean, I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm just going to be in the background for the sake of it. And how the hell do I change this? I'll be with you guys. Just give me a second, okay? Switch account. Ah, there it is. Now I can go live, I guess, while using that. Live. It does give an option. Okay. Just give me a second, Shelby. I'm seeing your hand raised. I'll unmute you, okay? Just a second. And Shah Faisal Shah is live. I can change this to crypto live discussion. Public. Okay. Okay. So we're good. We are live everywhere. I hope I don't face any challenges. But we are live, and I'm going to use a fourth phone because I'm live from 3 phones: Telegram, this is what YouTube, and that is TikTok. So now I'll see if you guys have questions. Feel free to do that. You can raise your hand. I'll unmute you, and you can ask. And if you don't want to talk, you can leave your question in the chat. I'll be more than happy to respond. Now let's go to the chat and see what do people have here. Okay, we are live everywhere, I think. Yeah, YouTube says, hi bro, hi sir, good morning, good morning. And on TikTok, we have 13 people and growing. Okay, now let's see. I don't see any questions. Let me see if it is in the chat. Not yet. Yadvinder is typing, so it is there. Let's see if we have any questions from somewhere else. Trump madness continues. What's gonna be bottom for Bitcoin and Sol? Bitcoin, I think $32,000. Solana, I think you can put any amount on there, but 50 for sure. But we can stretch it a bit lower than that as well. Okay, is it a good time to buy? Of course not, unless you're buying for short term. Can you quickly look for Solana? I've posted the video of Solana on YouTube. You can look at that. When will be a good time to start buying? In the summer. In the summer, it's going to be a good time to buy. Let's see, Yadvinder was typing. He's still typing. Oh my god. He's typing a very long message. Don't see any hands raised. Nope, no hands are raised in Telegram. Oh, there is one. Dan, you can talk now.
Hi, Brother Shah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I wanted to see what you think is going on with Bitcoin because I messed up my trade. So.
Okay. Bitcoin, it's a very straightforward case scenario. 2 days under 81,500 will confirm that you're going to go to a 74. So we have our first day of Bitcoin being under 81,500. If I recall it correctly, I just made videos and I posted it on YouTube. But let me check where it is right now. Bitcoin is still bleeding. Awesome. When you say you messed it up, you didn't use stop loss?
Yeah.
Oh my
The
God.
stop loss, the stop loss became the stop limit or something. I don't know what happened, but
That is horrible.
I'm trying to see if it's gonna bounce or I just leave it and dump it.
Oh, there is nothing to look at it. If you look at it, this is one straight candle on a daily. There is there is no way to tell it. Right now, as we speak, it's a big red candle, right? So
Yeah, it's
there is
red.
no way to jump on it. And if someone is going to say something, I don't think that is going to hold water. The only thing that you can look at is the previous support areas and rely on that. But if you are going to look at any structure right now, you can't look at anything and assume that, okay, this thing is forming.
No,
That's why I'm expecting it to hold or something.
I saw one at 77.4. So
77.4.
what would
Wow, we have 50 people on YouTube. Wow. And 50 on TikTok. Sorry. Yeah.
I saw one at 77.4. I was wondering how much leverage can that. Oh, now we're 77.2. Oh,
Huh.
we're 77.5. Okay.
Yeah. 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 No, I mean, in a
So
running situation, you cannot rely on it. Right now, you cannot jump and conclude and say that, it's going to bounce or anything. If it is not going to go back and conquer 81,500, then 74 it is. And when it goes to 74, it's not going to jump. It is going to start living there.
hmm, all right.
Yeah,
So
because it's going to be a dramatic bleed. $74,000 area is the top of 2024 initially when it ran in 2024 Jan. That was the most important area. And then later on, we struggled with it for 8 months to go back and conquer. And then towards the end of October or in November, we went back and we conquered and we started going back up. So 74 is a critical area. Over there, there's going to be a bit of drama.
I see, yeah, it was March 2025. It
No, no,
was
no, 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 no.
77.4.
That's the first drop, but that is the wick that doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
This time if you go there, you're going to go there with solid candles with their bodies. It's going to end up
I see.
sleeping there.
I see. I see. So this is not a situation where it bounces up. It just might stop. Wherever it stops is where it stops.
Yeah, right now you're talking about a falling knife, right? Bitcoin is falling,
Yeah.
so you are asking in the middle of crash as it is happening.
Right.
So yeah, you really need to, I think, go back and see the settings buttons. Not using stop loss is a suicide. It's
Okay. All
it's
right.
really really bad. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you,
it's
Dan.
okay. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay, that was Dan. I'll see. There was Yandrinder typing. I'll see his comment. It was a question actually. Brother, some of the alts very close to 2 3 years low. But if they break it, how low will it go? How how low will it take to recover? How long? Like Mana close to 21 cents and many other. Yadvinder, they will take forever to recover. It's going to take massive amount of time. It's not going to be easy. It is going to take good amount of time. You need to understand today when I made polka dots video or when I made Tia video, I had a target of 1.9 for Tia. That was the starting price of Tia, and I said Tia will go back to it, and that is exactly what we saw with Tia. It went towards 2.3. It's a little far from its starting price. Same is going to be the case scenario of Polkadot. It started from $2. It will go back to $2 if it doesn't hold the support areas. And they can go and do disastrous situation than that, not just that. Can't hear you. That is not true because others are hearing. Brother, if we buy back in summer, when do you think will be a good exit? Brother, it all depends on quantitative easing. You are at the mercy of quantitative easing from the government of USA. If they don't do quantitative easing after the summer, you will be stuck with their coins for 2 years. You're sitting in a bear market. It's very common in bear market to buy the bottoms and then be married to it for like 2 years. So if they don't do quantitative easing, which is a probability, today I had a class in my mentorship session. This thing came up. And we discussed, and I said that you need to understand there is a bit of ego. They still think that things are okay. They are still going for tariff wars. They are still going for not changing interest rates. They're still sticking to their overall perception that everything is all right. If they're under that perception, they wouldn't go for quantitative easing until and unless the markets collapse extremely badly. Then their egos will be out of the window. Then they will say, okay, let's print $2 trillion or $3 trillion. Then they will introduce the money into the market. Once the liquidity pumps into the market, then you will have your bull run, the mega bull run, and all that bullshit that influencers have been selling you. Then that will start. If you don't have quantitative easing, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to change. You will buy the bottom, but you will be stuck with it for 2 years at least. Okay, Justin, JP Morgan says the Fed may have to cut interest rates before next meeting. That will be fun. Okay, that's too many questions. Now let's see. Hello, bro. Hi, bro. Hi. Thoughts on current market trend? Lawrence, I have responded on that. Good morning. Good morning. What's going to be bottom for Bitcoin? We talked about it. Trump madness continues. Crypto dying. Looking at Nasdaq and SP 500 drop another 5% in 15 minutes. That is true, knowledge seeker. How does Zebek look to you? Zebek is a very small market cap coin. Zebek network, it has a decent community as it's a small coin. More than the market, you should be concerned about the overall sentiments of investors. Go and join their Telegram. See if they're screaming to the moon, to the moon. If they are, then Zebek will hold. Smaller projects, they are not that much affected by the market because they can detach themselves from the market. They run on the overall sentiment of the direct investors because they are the makers of the overall coin. So if they decide they don't want to sell, it will continue to hold. Okay. Hi, is it good time to short? You don't short from here. If you wanted to short, you should have done it before. At least you should have done it from 81,500. That was a support area. Losing that would have indicated it is a short, but now it's a disaster. XRP bottom. Oh no. XRP is far from its bottom. Okay. Dan again has a question. Yes, Dan.
No, I accidentally hit that. Sorry.
No problem.
But
No problem.
sorry.
No problem. Okay, are we in bear market? Of course, I posted a video on 5th of January. Unfortunately, no one has seen it. That talks about 2025 being the year of financial crisis. If you think I'm poor, you shouldn't listen to me. You should look at Warren Buffett that sold everything. At least you would consider him to be smart because he has money. So it is a bear market. Actually, financial crisis, not just the bear market. Ramzan, Diljit, gifted. Okay, thank you for the love. Sorry I missed it. Just looking at 3 mobile phones at the same time. Okay, what is the lowest ETH can go to? ETH can go to $800 that we have already seen on it. That is something that we will see with Ethereum again, but that is not the lowest. Ethereum can go lower than that. I have purchased Ethereum initially at $30. That was 2016, but I bought it again in 2020 at 130. And Ethereum has seen 130 twice. Once it was in 2019, and then it was in March 2020. So Ethereum can go as down as possible. I might have to turn off everything at the moment. If you are invested, yes, that would be the case scenario. Dhaval Thamar, which coin are you holding? I mean, in your portfolio. I'm holding USDT. I'm not holding any coins. Those who know me, they know that I sold in the month of November. I took an exit and I didn't go back in. If I'm going to post a video in January saying it's financial crisis, why the hell will I hold? But if I had to hold any coin, I would be holding BNB. If you are going to force me to invest in a coin that I have to hold. Bro, fit to the camera, too close. Yeah, this one is close. but it's not recording anyway. The one that is recording is the one that is on Telegram with my community, and the TikTok is far away as well. It's just 3 cents. I'll buy another stand and just on 3 phones. I'm too close, but I mean, it's not that ugly to look at, unless you're seeing here in my nose. Okay. No questions from the community today. They all are deeply shaken. What about render? And also in quantitative easing, they don't give cash, they just give tax credit. Would that help pumping the market? That really depends on how they do the quantitative easing. But when you're introducing $2 trillion in the market and you want it to be aggressive approach, aggressive in a sense that you want it to have an impact instantly, you cannot play the game of giving it in tax credits and say that I'm giving you $3 trillion, then actually that liquidity hits the market after 1 year. That's a disastrous approach. The overall point of giving quantitative easing or doing that is to introduce liquidity as fast as possible. So there are multiple ways of doing it. Tax credit can be one way, but I don't think they are going to go for the tax credit. They will use something else. And Render is a great project. I think it's an amazing project. The only thing I have not seen in Render is their current income. If you could go and see how are they doing with their quarterly income, then you can decide how their future looks like. But I looked at it in 2024, they were doing fine because I compared Render to multiple other projects. We had Flux, Clore, Render, and there was another one. There was one more coin. They all are, yeah, GPU. I picked GPU for the community, and we did well with that too. How to save yourself in financial crisis? What do you advise? Stay in cash. Cash is king. I have said this tremendously in the past as well. I'll say it again. You need to understand that if someone like Warren Buffett is keeping $330 billion or just say $300 billion, that only indicates one thing, that at the end of the day, the most powerful person is the one that has cash. And if you look at the picture that someone had posted some days ago in the community chat, I'll just go back and find that picture. That was a living example of it. I'll show it to you why. So this was the picture where they have shown everyone is red, Elon Musk and every other rich person. These are the people, they are the top 10 richest people. The only guy who is green and with the $12 billion, it is 12 billion, yeah. $12 billion is Warren Buffett. The only reason for that is he's sitting in cash and it is keeping him green. Why? Because the rest of the world is getting red. While he is not invested, still he's staying green because other people have their portfolios crashing and that is not happening to him. So being in cash is the best strategy against financial crisis. And I think that if anything that you can learn from history, whether it is the crisis of 2008, 2020, 2001, 1970, I think all those crises, they all had one thing in common, that if you had cash, you would have done an amazing job. So keep cash. I'm sitting in cash, and with all these dips, I'm not buying because I think that the market has some great opportunities yet to come. Market will provide, and we will be able to participate in it. Okay. Will BTC go back up after it gets down to 70s? That really depends on how we react to 74K. So it is too early to comment on. Okay. I'm holding OP, buying price 1.55. It is so down. Do I still hold? Optimism is not a bad coin. Optimism and Arbitrum, they are great projects, but Optimism has an edge over Arbitrum because Arbitrum is fucked up because of its tokenomics. Arbitrum has over 200% of inflation. Optimism has over 100%. So if I have to pick among the two, even in my VIP when I was comparing them constantly, I always showed that how Optimism was always outperforming Arbitrum, even though Arbitrum fundamentally in terms of a project If I have to build on something, I'll be building on Arbitrum. But if I have to invest in something, I would be investing in Optimism. If you give me three options, Polygon, Optimism, Arbitrum, I'll pick Optimism because its tokenomics are better. And the overall disaster of Polygon Matic is that people have kind of given up on that coin. I'm talking about the developers. Developers are not building on Polygon anymore. They're going to Optimism and Arbitrum. And I think recently, when I say recently, I think a few months ago, Sony started using Optimism as well. They have this thing called Superchain that is really, 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 really good. That is what brought Optimism back to life. Do you think it would be a good idea to sell everything off except for the amount that I'm in loss? I don't think that selling is a good idea. I think that once you are in a loss, you are stuck. You cannot sell in loss because the market can bounce at any time, and then you will shoot yourself in the foot, thinking that you shouldn't have sold. You should have basically stuck to your position. So I don't think that selling is a good idea. You should sell when you are in profit. Once you are in loss, only sell if that coin is confirmed by you that it is dying. You are sitting in a coin like dogs or not coin or Trump or Melania or stuff like that. Okay, let's give an opportunity to TikTok people. There is a good amount of spam. What is the bottom of XRP for now? Bottom of XRP is 30 cents if you're looking for a bottom. If you want to buy the bottom of XRP, let it go back towards 30, 50 cents and then participate in it. But if you're looking for a closer bottom, I would say 1.5 if you're looking for the first crash. Okay, it's all spammed by one guy, 34 town. My God. Yes, spam the fuck out of it. Okay, what do you think of Algorand and Edgebar? They're decent projects. I don't think that there is anything to comment on it. I mean, you need to understand they are old projects. They all are doing pretty much the same thing. In the most simplest manner, if I explain it to you, think of them like browsers. You have Mozilla Firefox, you have Internet Explorer, then you have Chrome, then you have Safari, and then you have Opera. You have 5 browsers, then you have hundreds of other browsers. How many browsers humans can use? Only a limited amount of browsers. Same is the problem with the blockchain. You have so many blockchains out there. At the end of the day, only few blockchains will survive. And how can you tell? You can tell that just by looking at it, that how many of these blockchains are being adapted. Are developers building on it? Like Ethereum is a living example of it. They have over 600 or 800 projects on it. They are solid projects. They are pretty big. Every big ass projects that you see, it is on Ethereum. Fidelity recently said they want to launch their stablecoin. They are going to use Ethereum. We saw PayPal. They said they will launch it on Solana, but on the side they launched it on Ethereum as well. So you need to be in a. You need to see that if that blockchain is a reliable blockchain or not, irrespective of how bad Ethereum is performing. At the same time, you need to understand that Ethereum is the most widely used blockchain, and the reason for that is the way it is designed. A lot of people love it. And those who wanted to fix the problems with Ethereum, they introduced a layer 2, which is the Arbitrum Optimism Polygon. Hey, Dry Humor, nice seeing you live. How is it going, bro? It's going good. And thanks for the, what do you call it? For the comment. You are camera Shah is so near. I know that. Your prediction was spot on about Polygon. What's your prediction now in current case scenario? I'll look at it and then I'll let you know. Let me see if there are comments in Telegram. Okay. Brother Shah, are we done? Are we done? Or some hope left for those who are stuck? Any new update about QE? Yeah, I discussed it today with my students. So the student of mine, If I remember it correctly, his wife, she works with the SEC. There's SEC. She works with Fed or SEC, I forgot, but she has more information than I would have. So I was talking to him, and we had a discussion, and we pretty much concluded that quantitative easing is not there in next 1 month. So if you are looking for a timeline, we are not expecting quantitative easing anytime around. And honestly, until the way their egos work, I don't think that the government is going to introduce quantitative easing until and unless they see a disaster in action. Yes, stocks and everything is going down, but they are not in pain yet. They think it's okay. They think that this is just because of the tariff war. They don't think it's the crisis in action. So once we see a good collapse, I think then they will take action. If you want to look for a reference of collapse, look at 2020. We want a disaster like that, then you will see. And always look at percentages, don't look at the dollar value. This is highly misleading. Always look at the crash in terms of percentage, not in terms of dollar value. Because the stock market, it continues to grow. If you're comparing the 2008 stock market to today, today is 60, 65 trillion. At that time, it was what, 30, 40 trillion, even less than that. Is Gala a good project? Yes, it's one of the best projects in Metaverse, but it is doing horrible. That's a separate thing. He's live, I think. Okay. Will you be making a video on learning about dying projects? Thank you. I'm not going to make a video. That is part of my book, which is stuck in editing. Go and curse my editors. But once that book is released, it is going to talk about this thing, how to avoid projects that are dying. I'm teaching tokenomics and how to find out that if a coin is dying, how to escape it. And a good example of that is UX Link. If you remember in VIP, I shared that coin. When did I share it? I'll go and check. I'll tell you that UX Link is a living example of it, because I knew that coin is dying, and then I still shared it, and I told you that you can escape it at the same time. Just a second, okay? So I shared this thing, UX Link. It was at 50 cents in October 3. It was at 50 cents exactly. This was October 3. If someone is wondering, October 3 appears there. I'm not lying about it. And then I said it's great till Jan 2025, because in January 2025, I was expecting a big release of tokens. I was expecting inflation. And later on, that is exactly what happened, is that this coin did really well in terms of targets. It went up to $3.3, but it was a big up and down crash. And today UX Link is sitting below 50 cents as well, lower than the initial starting price. And now if you buy it thinking that you're going to do well with it, you will not. So if you know that there is time before the disaster starts, you can participate with it. Another example of that is Trump token. Trump token, after 3 months of its launch, that thing is going to start crapping itself to a level that Trump coin will never go back up to $20, $30. It will become a dream. Why? Because its supply is going to double. So it's going to have 100% inflation. So you have 3 months time to play with the Trump. And it might sound sexual, but not in a sexual manner. You have 3 months time to go and buy and hit the target. If you cannot hit the target, you sell in loss and get the hell out of it. Why? Because you know that the supply is going to double after 3 months, and it is going to keep on doubling afterwards. Why? Because they have 10 or 20% in circulation, 90 or 80% is still left. You're talking about 400 to 800% of inflation. So you don't want to be in a coin like that. That is a disaster. So tokenomics and everything, I'll discuss that there. It wouldn't be a problem. Okay. You need to give me a sample of this book. Oh yeah, it was your idea. It's my student commenting. It was his idea for me to write a book. He said that you teach us for 6 months, but once we are done with you, there is nothing to go back to. It would be good if you write a book. We will buy it anyway, and then we will go back and we will remember all the things that we have discussed. So it's his idea. I'm going to give him a copy for free anyway. Okay, what's your opinion on current market? Your higher time frame analysis on Bitcoin was awesome, going down as you mentioned. Thank you, brother. Marvin says generational entries, or what is it for you? Start of the bear market. Start of bear market was January for me, and if I have to touch Bitcoin, I hate Bitcoin to begin with. The TikTok community wouldn't agree because they think that I hate XRP and I love Bitcoin, but it's not true. But if you force me to buy Bitcoin, I will be buying it. I'll start buying it at 50, and I'll start buying till 32K. So my starting will be at 50K. I wouldn't touch Bitcoin before 50K. What has caused this? That's how the economies work. You don't need causing. Of course, you can go and connect it to anything. The sad part about human being is that we always try to find reasons, what caused it, and you will be able to find something, and then you will say that, okay, this is the reason for it. But the on ground reality is that if Warren Buffett could see it in 2024, I only noticed it late 2024, then that indicates that there was something wrong about the market, that these extremely rich people were able to notice it, and that is why this overall disaster is happening. But I'm not that rich to know the exact reason. What did they see? The only thing that I was able to see was that the smart money was taking an exit, and that was more than enough for me. I have my own indicator. You can go and watch that video on how to calculate that indicator. That indicator, once it gives you the percentage of 0.6%, it's 0.61, I think, that is pretty much a confirmation that next year you have financial crisis, and we hit that percentage last year. Okay, where should we buy ETH and Solana? Solana $50, Ethereum, if it depends on how much you love it. But start touching it at 1200 if you want. Otherwise, you can start at 1500. One of my students, actually the student from today, he has a buy order at 1500. I've never invested in crypto. Where should I start? Don't invest in crypto. If you have never invested, I think go and join a community. My community where you can chat is free. The one that is paid, you can't do anything. You just have to listen to my bullshit. But go and join the free community over there. See what the hell these people do. Chat with them, engage with them, and don't invest a single dollar. Don't even join the paid group of mine. Try to just absorb, learn what you're going to do instead of throwing your money in. That's the stupidest way of doing anything. You need to understand that if you are investing in something that you don't know, then you're gambling. You're not investing. You might be calling yourself an investor, but you're not. Okay, what about Brett? Brett, I've covered that in the new series that I've started on YouTube. You're sitting in YouTube, you should know that. But Brett is a meme coin. Don't expect anything from meme coins. The only thing that you can expect from meme coins is that they always create Burj Khalifa patterns. So they go up like this, then they come down. And that's it. And the only sales pitch that Brett has is that it's the coin that represents base chain. So if base chain wants to go around with their dick in their hand, then they have Brett coin to show, like Pepe is on Ethereum, or Bonk was on Solana, or Nola was on Arbitrum, where I lost good amount of money along with Arbitrum as well. Arbitrum Foundation lost $100,000. I lost how much? $20,000. Okay, Aziz wants to talk. Yes, brother, go ahead. You had raised your hand. I have unmuted you. Okay. Joy says, how are you doing, brother? Nice to see you again. Thank you, brother. I'm always here, just not doing lives. I was only doing lives in my Telegram. I've decided to do all of them simultaneously because the Telegram guys, they are paying me money. So I'm reading their comments. So I'm prioritizing them over you guys. But I'm here as well. So I'm on YouTube with 85 people, 98 on TikTok, and 29 people on Telegram. But I'm trying to read from everywhere. Okay. Will you do a new list of buying coins for summer targets? Yes, I will do. I'll share the list. The previous list of 20 coins that I had shared in the community, that is considering the summers for those who wanted to just jump into the market and start buying. It's following that pyramid structure, so you will be safe with it. But I will share a new list as well of other coins that I think I like. What is the course about? I don't have a course. If you're talking about mentorship, it's about me teaching a person on one-on-one. If you want me to do a sales pitch, then I'll do it. Otherwise, it's a mentorship. It's not a course. Is it worth to reallocate a portion of stocks into bonds at this point? Uh, Selling at loss and then reallocating is not a good idea. But if you are in profit or you have cash, I think yes, getting into gold, real estate, bonds, or safe haven stocks like Domino's or some other food-based stocks, it's always a good idea because these are safe havens. They don't dramatically drop. If someone is hungry in USA, they will be still grabbing a pizza, or they will be eating a burger at McDonald's, the Big Mac, or whatever they want to eat. So all that stuff continues. That's why when the financial crisis hit in, these are the safe havens that people go to. Personally, I thank you, Momin. Personally, I run towards the area of USDT, but this is the first year I've started buying real estate. So the what do you call it? The first investment I did was here in Canada as the first property, and I'm going to scale. So I'm going to keep on buying properties. The other property I'm trying to buy now is in Dubai, and then I will slowly see which other countries I can easily tap in. But this time I'm going for real estate as a safe haven instead of just sitting in USDT. Okay, let's see. Okay, apologies for not understanding. If my current portfolio is down 80%, then it goes down even further to 95% loss. Are you saying that it can still recover to entry prices, but I will have to wait few years? Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. Depending on the tokens I'm holding, of course, no that coins. Yes, Savvy, that is exactly what I mean. Yes, do a sales pitch. Okay, so sales pitch for my mentorship. It's a 6 months program, which is of 26 hours, 1 hour each week. Each week I give you assignments. It's learning by doing. So if I just wanted to teach, I would have done a course. It's learning by doing. Basically, I teach you first, then I tell you that go and do this. Then you do that, then you come back and I look at it, evaluate, I respond on it, and then I tell you that, okay, now this is your new assignment. I do classes and one-on-one both. I'm the most expensive crypto mentor I know of. I charge $15,000 for 26 hours, which is over 6 months. But there is a cheaper version of it, which is through a class where I charge $4,000 and I take maximum 5 students. So I go from 2-3 students to max 5 students in a class because I cannot talk to more than 5 students at the same time. And it's weekly classes, same pattern. I teach 3 things: how to invest, how to trade, and how to basically have your overall strategy in crypto. As risk management, portfolio management, I always talk about how to split your funds, like how to have funds for your rainy day, how to have funds for your trading, how to have funds for your investing. And there are so many ways around it, but every human being is different because everyone is in a different place. People like me might have access to funds all the time because I'm here on all these social networks scamming you guys, talking about bullshit, collecting money from you. So I have access to money all the time, right? So, but you might not have this kind of scamming opportunity. You can't scam people, which means that you have limited funds. So if you have limited funds, it means that you have only one shot. So strategy that will apply to you is going to be different than strategy that will apply to me. So as every person has different kind of approach, I have some students that are really big in real estate. They go from, like, I have one in UK, he has 200 properties. I have one in USA, he has 400 properties. So they have access to funds all the time. So their behavior is going to be different. So their strategy is going to be different. Once I see that how you're doing, on the basis of that, I look at the psychological health and the financial health both, and then I design the thing around it. Because not everyone can do the things possible. Like there are people who are risk averse, they can't take big risks. So you don't go and you don't take big risks. I have a student who literally came to me and he said he wanted to do a 2x, and we did a 2x. So not everyone is aiming for 10x or 20x. I was supposed to drink that fucking coffee. It's very far, and if I get up, I'm in my underwear. So such a bad move. I have water here. What advice would you give to someone that is struggling with their business? I know it's not crypto question, but I really need some motivation. I have been pushing for years, but it's going down. Okay, I'll tell you. One thing that you need to understand is that the biggest reason that some people are really, really successful in business because they learn how to switch. Instead of bragging about myself, I'll just talk about my cousin. I don't need to put myself at top. So my cousin, he wanted to run away to UK to wash plates and dogs, and this is 1995. And then he failed with it. He got caught in Baku. Then he was sent to jail in Pakistan. I'm from Afghanistan, if you don't know. I'm sitting in Toronto, but I'm from Afghanistan. He was in jail. Then he's married to my sister because cousins in our country we fuck. And then what happened is that my father, he went and he worked on his release. He came out and then he was not doing anything. He was psychologically really, really disturbed. Then once he got comfortable, he decided to get back to his business. He was a shopkeeper. He used to sell hardware, the locks on the doors and stuff like that. And then he started to become, he thought that he would become a trader. So this was the time when 2001 hit. USA decided to give freedom to Afghanistan. So they came with their freedom. And then as they introduced the freedom to the country, a lot of liquidity got injected into the market. So he wanted to utilize that. So he realized unconsciously, he didn't know that he's doing it. He participated in a market where a lot of liquidity was getting injected. So he was going after a market where there was good amount of money sitting. He went there. He started doing hardware business. He used a partner. Instead of giving from wholesaler, what he did is that he went to factories. Everyone was buying from Lahore and they were selling in Kabul. He started buying it from Sialkot and then he was selling it in Kabul. So first he went for the sources, and once he made money, he ditched that partner. He's that kind of a guy. And he got himself another partner and he got into another line of business which was related to paint. So he switched business when he knew that he has milked the cow, he flipped. In paid business, when he made money, he flipped. He started selling plastic, and I'm skipping multiple steps. He used a lot of partners as well. He started selling plastic bags. He started bringing it from Iran and Pakistan. Once he made good money with that, he introduced his own factory. He started manufacturing plastic bags in Afghanistan. He became the second biggest manufacturer in the country. When that thing started dying in 2022, 2022, sorry, in 2021 or 2020, he realized that he needs to ditch and he needs to start doing another thing. Now he's doing a business of real estate in Dubai. He owns 2, 3 homes in Pakistan, 7, 8 big villas in Dubai. He has over $30 million and he started from negative. The only reason he did well, and this is the reason of my overall life as well, is that you flip. In business, if you want to survive, you need to understand that those days are gone and you will start one business and you will create a generational wealth that you and your kids and they all are going to eat. Those kind of businesses are very rare and very small. You need to understand that these days businesses, they have a life of 5 to 10 years max. If you don't take the full life out of it and you don't run, your business is going to die and it is going to kill you. That is why a lot of people, they always sell businesses. and they move on to the next one. So if you start a restaurant, run it for 3 years, then sell, get the hell out of it, and start again. Starting a business and pushing it forward is rather easier. You can make more money with it instead of sitting and dying with a business. That was unrelated to crypto. Sorry, someone asked, so I thought to respond. Okay, now let's see if there are comments. We have 22 minutes to go. Oh, wow. Any chance of winning one spot for your mentorship? $15,000 in a giveaway? I don't know. Someday, maybe. Shah, if I were you to enter, if you wanted to enter BNB, at what price would you enter? Okay, based on current market, I'll just go and check in just a second, okay? That is going to be on the basis of current market. Please keep that in mind. 495. That would be the case scenario. Yeah, 495 would make sense. Right now, it is sitting at what price? In just a second, I'll go and check BNB. It's sitting at 550. It has gone to 4.5. Yeah, 495 would be the area I would go and touch BNB. I would start buying from there, and then I will do a DCA of pyramid style. Do you like Polygon? In what sense? As a project, yes, but other developers, they don't like it. So me liking it is not helping. It's like one-sided love. You might like Scarlett Johansson, or I don't know what other girls are there. She doesn't love you back, so it's pointless. How far can Bitcoin fall from now? And won't this news that the market will sink on Monday morning have the opposite effect? Greeting from Portugal. Portugal. I have some really close, heartfelt relationships with it. I think the Monday effect is in place. We already bled for Monday. Someone was talking about Black Monday today in chat a lot. I have no idea what is on Monday, but in my Telegram community, people kept on talking about it. So I don't know whatever it is. I'm a bit far from news. I don't follow Twitter. I'm not following any influencers. My source of information is my own community. But they were talking about Monday. So I think we are dealing with a situation of buy the rumor, sell the news. So they have purchased the rumor because the market crashed. Now we are most probably going to see Monday not so horrible. The chances of that are 70%. 30% of the chances are that Monday will be red as well. But I would be thinking otherwise, because if there is news and everyone is talking about it, then Monday will not be red. Okay. Everyone is sitting pretty quiet. No raising of hands, nothing in the chat. This is the Black Monday, 1987 market crash on Monday. Oh, okay. So someone found the chart from 1987. Again, thanks to the community, they shared it. So in 1987, it crashed, and they're connecting that to this. Okay. I have to dig deep into it, or I'll have a discussion with ChatGPT to find out the logic of it. But anyway, Aziz is trying to speak.
Yeah, I said I reached out for your class back at the February ending, so I haven't gotten any message yet.
You applied in February?
Yeah, February ending.
Okay, February ending. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I collect applications, then I look at them when I have time. So I think we are sitting in April, right? I think somewhere in
Yeah.
mid-April, I'll start contacting people. I'll actually go and start pitching people, pitching for it. I'll let people know that okay, I'm starting the classes, and I think towards end of April I'll start because I'm finishing one batch that is going on with me is the Sundays batch. And I think in the month of April, finally I will be done with them. I'm left with 4 or 5 maximum classes with them. Once I'm done with them, then I'll start that. My problem is that I have extremely congested lifestyle. So when I'm taking classes, I cannot take so much. Otherwise, who hates money? So I'll
No.
get back to you.
All right, no more it's money because the reason I'm saying is that I've been jumping from one tree to one tree like a monkey, so I'm losing my money. So
Definitely, brother. Definitely. And I'll once I respond, I'll put that in the free chat and VIP both. So you will see that I have responded back to people.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. No problem.
Yeah.
What's going on with XRP? Believe me, everyone on my TikTok is obsessed with XRP. Crypto chats, XRP secrets revealed.
We're gonna have a.
Is someone talking? Nope.
Brother, I can't raise my hand anymore, but I wanted to just ask on Arrow. You
Yeah.
know, when something hits a bottom support,
Yeah.
or I can't find another support below that. Is
Yeah.
that still safe in this market, or actually
No.
maybe not even
If,
safe?
if you don't have any other support below it, it means it's going to create new lows.
Oh,
So
so
if
then
someone has
just be
reached an
patient.
area that is not explored, then it is entering a discovery area, and that is really scary. That is exactly what happened to Polygon Matic when they changed their overall graph. They introduced a new graph. They got rid of the previous graph, and once they started creating lows, it entered a place where it is a new new zone that people have not seen, and it's all a psychological game. It's not that they didn't have a history of it; it's just that they deleted the history. And as a lot of people in space are always new and they don't know about Polygon Matic or its history, so when they look at the graph, they think this thing has entered a price discovery. Of course, on the bottom end, then they start freaking out and they start selling in loss. So they actually make it worse. And the
So,
arrow is based on Ethereum. If Ethereum is not doing well, arrow will not do well.
right. So my question was like, I couldn't find pricing below 30 cents, let's say, but
Yeah.
you
So
can't you can't rely on 30 cents
then
still,
no, you cannot rely, and then you're talking about psychological areas. So 30 cents, then you're
because once that
basically
breaks,
once that breaks, then you're talking about 25, then you're talking about 20.
right, right.
Then it's a game of
Okay, thank you,
psychology. It's
brother.
the same thing with XRP. You saw how it went to 3.4. That's the psychology of
Yes.
3.5. And it stopped there, and then it came back. Once it failed with $3, now it looks like a dream. All those who are talking about $10 XRP or $50 or $100, they all disappeared now.
Right.
Yeah.
So, brother, in this situation of the financial crisis, the how do you look and say like how much is the most we can scalp, so to speak, in these ups
I,
and
I
downs?
wouldn't be
Is there a way to
scalping.
figure it out?
If I don't think I would be scalping. Look, playing in this market to make money is like playing with fire. If you want to scalp, you should trade. Use stop loss and go and trade. You saw how we did in February. February was the most horrible month, and we hit a 30% net profit, right? In March, we hit
Yes.
around 70 or 80% net profit, right? The reason for that
Yes.
is that you lose trades, we lost trades, and then we won trades. It's a game of averages. You need to take all
Right.
the trades to win. It's like I was talking to someone today. He said that I go and I pick coins, and the one trades that I pick, they are the ones that hit stop losses. so, so, so basically,
that that
if if you're not
that
taking all trades and you're picking, of course, and then you're playing your own game. It's a game of averages.
that's
In crypto, everything is about discipline. You need to stick to your strategy. You need to have your discipline in place, and you should not touch. I have a student. He is the most richest student I have, and he is the most disciplined student I have. He sticks to same amounts with all trades, same strategy. He follows everything. He doesn't let the emotions kick in. And then on the other side, I have a student. Sometimes when he's practicing with coins, I have told him to go for $2 to $10 because you're practicing. I don't care about how much you make. All I care about is to see how you're behaving. And sometimes he starts investing $200, $300. So there is an aggressive behavior going from $6 to $250 and then dropping back down. So if you have that kind of approach, you're basically killing your overall strategy. You don't have a discipline in place, and as a trader, you're going to fail. The only reason
Got it.
traders are successful because they follow a strategy. So when they're winning on the $100. When they're losing on $100. If you're changing the amounts, let's say you're taking 10 trades, there are 3 losses, 7 are winners. Okay, but the 3 times you lost, you were using $1,000, and the 7 times you won, you were using $10. So
Right.
it doesn't
You're very
matter
red.
how many times you win, you're not going to come out as a winner. So anyway,
Yes.
you will learn these things. I mean, we will have a long way to go. I'm going to teach you all that.
Okay. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
No problem. Mary, you want to talk?
Yes, hi, Shah.
Hi.
I was wondering what app can I use in Canada, in Toronto, to do longs and shorts?
Uh, you cannot use anything as the word is legally. Don't believe in that concept. You need to use Maxi. Okay, and for
And
Maxi, you are in the VIP, right?
yes,
Yeah, so you need that Palau passport, the Palau document.
okay.
Yeah, if you don't get
What
that,
document is that?
sorry, Palau,
What document?
Palau. Search in the VIP for Palau. It's $100 per annum thing, I think. It's an ID.
Mm-hmm.
With that, you can have access to any exchange out there, with an exception of Binance. You can have Bybit,
Okay.
you can have Maxi, KuCoin. Everyone will start accepting you, because then you are a citizen of Palau. You're not a citizen of Canada anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and you will use a VPN with it. Once you want to go down that route, let me know.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Pratik, you want to talk?
Oh shit.
Hi, Pratik. Okay. Hello, my favorite YouTuber. Thank you, old cat.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Pratik.
I just wanted to add, yeah, I just wanted to add for Mary, the residency of Palau is offered at $148 for year one. You can experiment with that. You don't have to commit to the larger amount that they're asking for, which is like, for 10 years or something. And if you have if you need some guidance on that, you can reach out to me on Telegram or something and I'll help you.
Thank you, Pratik.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, my portfolio is down 50% now. Should I cut losses? No, we talked about it. Cutting loss is not an option. You have so many duplicates. They're calling us to invest. I know that. Scammers are the best. Marvin says, how can I join your mentorship? Reach out to my Telegram community. Always remember, I never message anyone. Even if I'm dying, I would die, but I will never message you directly. So don't message me directly. Reach the Telegram community in every video of YouTube. The link to that community is there. Join that and then ask over there. Okay. Can I ask a good DCA daily for TRX? I'll make a video of TRX and I'll share the DCA for it as well. Okay, we have reached almost the end of it. I'll see if there are any more questions. How can I join the community? I've mentioned it. Turbo, I've covered it yesterday. I've started this new series where I cover 20 coins in 20 minutes. It's on YouTube, 1 coin per minute. I try my best. You can go and watch that. The last series that I had was about meme coins. Other coins I'll start covering as well. Okay, Justin, Jim Cramer predicts another 20% stock market crash from current. Which exchanges that are approved in Canada can be used for trading shorts and long? The ones that are approved in USA and Canada, you cannot do anything with it. They will eat your profits. Their fees and everything are high. You can't do leverage trading on it. And on top of it, the prices that they offer is horrible. I had a student, she was using Coinbase. I've used this example at least 5 times. I'm sorry for repeating it, but it's a live example. We used $80,000 to buy Ethereum. I think we bought Ethereum at $2,800 or $2,700 and sold it at $2,900. It went up, but we came out at break even, and it was Coinbase Pro with no fees. Why? Because when we were buying, they sold us Ethereum expensive. When we were selling, they sold it cheap. Then the market, these people are scammers. You should not use Kraken, Coinbase, Crypto.com, all these exchanges. Stay away from them. How can I join the premium group? Rose just told you that. Okay, the more I listen to you, the more I realize how dumb I am. Oh, sorry, that was for Shah. Don't worry, Josh. We all have been there. Pratik says, thank you, Shah, for the live session. Always helpful. No problem. Okay, you guys take care. I'll leave now. It's 1 hour now. I'll see you guys next Sunday. And I'll post a recorded session on YouTube as well for you guys to watch. Sorry I couldn't answer everyone, but I mean, it's not possible to do. Anyway, take care, everyone. Bye.